And welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. Throughout this episode, we're going to be jumping on to the Pokemon Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent to the video game Championship rules this season. So, I was planning on running this team, the Glaceon team, for another week. But unfortunately, I've just found out, to my mistake, that the Battle Spot ladder this season is actually finishing on the 13th of January. So, I do record some videos slightly in advance. But what we're going to do to prepare ourselves for the next season starting is get a brand new team, take all the information that we've learned from these few episodes here and the majority of them last week. We've got a bit of a better understanding of the metagame, so hopefully we can take that knowledge and take the ideas that I've got and put them into a brand new team and have a bit more success and start off the new Battle Spot season ladder with a bang. So we're going to finish off this episode today with a final farewell to this team. I have enjoyed playing it. I mean, I've said this the whole time, I do enjoy playing the team. It does have big holes in it, but that is just down to my inexperience playing the metagame. And you know, this is what Pokemon's all about. You play the metagame and you play on Battle Spot, you play on Showdown, and you just learn about what things are being used, and that just makes that's just the game. You know, you play to improve. So learning from my mistakes, learning what's popular in the metagame, what we're going to see a lot of, is going to really help us go forward. So hopefully we can take that into the new season on the Battle Spot ladder and really start getting you guys some great content. Anyway, we've got our first opponent, Dangle, and he is running a team of Circuitry, which you don't see that often. Gyarados, Golduck, Tapu Lele, Metagross, and Pelipper. So, what are we going to do here? I'm just going to, as I've always done for the past however many videos, I'm going to presume that Tapu Lele is Scarfed. The Metagross might be banded. We can't just presume these things, but you've got to kind of prepare for the worst. I do really like Glaceon as a lead and Tapu Koko, to be honest. That's kind of like, was kind of a standard lead that I had against Rain. I do feel as though the Crocodile has a really hard time here, but it is so good against the Metagross. And it's a good switch in on that Circuitry. So I think I'm going to bring the Crocodile, and we've got to decide on our last Pokemon whether we want to bring the Kartana or the Tapu Fini. I think I'm going to bring the Kartana this match, to be honest. So we'll go with that. And we'll jump straight into another episode. And hopefully we'll finish off this team and give it a good send-off. And kind of just learn from all the matches that we've previously played. And just kind of have a really good finish. Because I have enjoyed playing this team. The problem is that it's just got so many holes in it, and just so many big threats at the minute are causing it so many problems. So I don't know how many times one person can say so in a sentence, but I think I might have the record. Anyway, we'll go into it. My opponent leads off with Gyarados and the Metagross, and we're going to lead off with the Glaceon and Tapu Koko. So the Gyarados is going to get the Intimidate off onto us. We do threaten the Gyarados straight away with our Tapu Koko, and the Metagross actually threatens both of my Pokemon on the field. It's going to hit everything for quite hard damage, and we do have to be wary for the Earthquake. We can't intimidate it ourselves. So let me think. I might just go double into the Metagross, Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball, and see what that can get, because we should outspeed the Metagross with that Glaceon. I mean, I have sped it to just speed creep Adamant max speed Metagross, so a Tapu Lele comes in from my opponent, so we'll get rid of the electric terrain from the field, but he does set up the psychic terrain, and he goes for a bullet punch, which unfortunately, because of the psychic terrain and being a priority move, doesn't allow it to pick up the KO. Now I think I might go for if that Tapu Lele is scarfed, we do have to be careful for, and we do need to preserve the Tapu Koko as well. We don't want to let it get too heavily damaged, but I might just go for a Icy Wind, and I think I will I'll protect with my Tapu Koko this turn and just try and get an Icy Wind off onto that Tapu Lele. So he's going to withdraw the Metagross, and he's going to bring in the Pelipper, and he'll set up the rain. So this would be nice if we can get an Icy Wind off, because we potentially break the sash from the Pelipper, and we're going to, if that Tapu Lele, as we suspect, is scarf, we're going to be able to outspeed the next turn with our Tapu Koko. So the Tapu Lele is going to go for the Shattered Psyche move, and I don't know who he's going to target. Maybe the Tapu Koko. It's probably the most threatening thing. He just wants to get out of the field at the minute. Yeah, but we should survive this. I mean, we are sashed anyway, so. But as we protected into that, we. Oh no, the Tapu Lele avoided. Okay, that's not the end of the world. We could have really done with that hitting. Now the Pelipper can just protect, and he can pick up the kill with his Lele. Things just got a little bit more difficult. But we have wasted our opponent's Z move, so he can't get another Z move off. So I think we really need to keep the Tapu Koko. We can't afford to let it go down. So I think I'm going to Icy Wind, and I'm going to switch my Tapu Koko out for my Kartana. I really need to preserve the Tapu Koko. I mean, he's got Gyarados in the back, and he's got that Metagross, which Tapu Koko both outspeed, so it's just a case at the minute of getting rid of that Tapu Lele, really. Tapu Lele goes for the Moonblast, and that is going to be into the Kartana, so we should survive that. And hopefully we do get an Icy Wind off this time. Come on, hit the Tapu Lele. Yeah, so we hit the Tapu Lele. That's great. We know that it's not scarfed though, but in the previous turn, Tapu Koko was in no position to pick up the KO on the Tapu Lele, and the reverse was actually the fact for my opponent, where he would have been able to pick up the KO with that Moonblast. So, right. The Tapu Lele is... I'm just going to Icy Wind again, and I'm actually going to just attack into the Pelipper, but just in case the Gyarados comes back in for the Pelipper, I want to stop the Tailwind being set up, so I'm going to just Bloom Doom into the Pelipper, and we get the Gyarados back in. But hopefully, because we're using the Bloom Doom, it is just enough to pick up the KO on that Pelipper, and we will get another Icy Wind off onto the Gyarados, so that is nice. And if we pick up the KO on the Pelipper here, we should get the Beast Boost, which will kind of negate the effect of the Intimidate. So Kartana's going for the Bloom Doom, and we'll see what the damage is like on this Pelipper. Pelipper's, I don't know, it will be neutral, not really 100% sure. No chance. So we pick up the KO, which is nice. We stop any chance of the Tailwind being set up, and we negate the Intimidate. We also get a nice Icy Wind off onto the Gyarados, so we're going to slow that down, which is huge. Now, we have to kind of see what my opponent has to bring in now. So he's got either the Tapu Lele or the Metagross. Now here, I don't think my opponent's really got anything for the Gyarados to pick up the KO on the Kartana, so I'm quite happy just to go for a Smart Strike into the Tapu Lele here with my Kartana. Gyarados is going to protect, and we should pick up the KO on the Tapu Lele with the Smart Strike. Yeah, and we're going to get another Beast Boost, which is huge. And we should have enough now to kind of finish the game off, hopefully. Now the Metagross can Bullet Punch now, but it's at so low health. We'll just have to see if my Glaceon now outspeeds it, because if my Glaceon outspeeds it, it's going to be quite easy just to pick up the KO with the Shadow Ball, and Glaceon has put in so much work this game with the Kartana. I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade onto the Gyarados. It can't protect this turn. It can, but it's got a 50% chance of it failing, so that's quite a safe move, and I'll just go for the Shadow Ball onto the Metagross and hopefully pick up the win. So the Metagross is going to go for the Bullet Punch onto the Kartana. Going to do minute amount of damage. We're going to get the Leaf Blade off into the Gyarados. We are +1, so we pick up the KO onto the Gyarados, and we'll get the Shadow Ball off into the Metagross. And that is a great start to the last battle with the last episode with this team. And we've got one more battle to go, so hopefully we can really finish on a high with it. I really do like Glaceon. I think it's really good. I think it just struggles a lot in the metagame at the minute. You've got so many steel types around. You've got Metagross, you've got Kartana, you've got Celesteela, which just threaten it so heavily. You've got a lot of fire, well, a lot of fire types are quite common at the minute, namely Arcanine, which is very problematic for it. So it's not the easiest of mons to kind of fit into a team to work around, but I've tried and it's not been too bad. There are things, obviously, as well, the fighting type weakness as well, and just the amount of Pheromoses we've kind of faced, it does cause a lot of problems, and especially considering that it's my only mode of speed control that I've got in the team. We've got our next opponent anyway from the United States on a rating of 1697, and he is running a team of Alolan Ninetales, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, Alolan Muck, Kartana and Mudsdale. So again here, I do like Glaceon just because of the Ninetales, but then we've got to be careful. We've got to watch out for the Arcanine and the Kartana, because as we've seen in previous episodes, they can cause a lot of trouble to the Glaceon. I think I will lead the Glaceon here. And I do like Tapu Koko as well, to be honest, just because it outspeeds the Ninetales and the Kartana. I want my Crocodile, and I think for my last Pokemon I will go for see, I'd like to go for Tapu Fini, but I just feel as though Kartana might be quite nice here. I'll go Kartana, and we'll see how we get on. But we may be kicking ourselves with not bringing something that resists fire if my opponent brings that Arcanine and we've got nothing. That's the problem I'm finding a lot with the team as well, just that selection. That I've got 4 Pokemon I want to bring against, that I feel I need to bring against my opponent's 4, and he's got the Arcanine in there, but I've got no fire resist to bring, even though I've got the Salamence and the Tapu Fini. It's just not, the synergy just isn't sitting right within the team selection. So that's something as well that I would like to look at. So my opponent leads off with the Ninetales and the Kartana. So I am just going to go for an Icy Wind straight away, and I would like to go for a Discharge, but I think I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt onto the Ninetales, just to do as much damage to it as I can before it potentially sets up that Aurora Veil. So we get the Thunderbolt off onto it. It is going to set the Aurora Veil up, and we'll see what the Kartana is going to go for here. Kartana just goes for the Smart Strike onto my Glaceon, but I should just survive this. Yep. And we do get the Icy Wind off. So that is very nice. Now, what I'm going to do is, unfortunately my Coco Sash has been broke. But I think what I'm going to do this turn is, I'm going to bring in my Crocodile for my Glaceon. And I'm going to just discharge. And that should be enough to pick up the KO on the Ninetales, and it'll do a decent amount of damage to the Kartana as well. And as well as just bringing the Crocodile in, we're just weakening that Kartana with the Intimidate. And also preserving the Glaceon in case we do need it at any point later in the game. So we'll just wait and see what our opponent does. So we switch in the Crocodile, we're going to get the Intimidate off onto both the Kartana and the Ninetales. That's a bit irrelevant. So my opponent withdraws the Ninetales and brings in Muck. So this is working out not too bad for us. So we'll get the Discharge off. And it does, it's not great damage, but it doesn't do too bad damage. And the Kartana goes for the Leaf Blade into the Tapu Koko and unfortunately gets a critical hit and picks up the KO. So Kartana is going to negate the Beast Boost, but we are faster still with our Crocodile after that Icy Wind that we got off onto the Kartana. So let's have a quick look at what we've got. I think we've got our own Kartana that we can bring in, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Because we're straight away putting pressure onto my opponent's Kartana, and it should really be in Sacred Sword range. So I am going to just Earthquake into, I'm going to Z-move Tectonic Rage into the Muck, and I'm going to go for the Sacred Sword into my opponent's Kartana. So we should outspeed with both the Pokemon here. We go for the Sacred Sword. Hopefully this is enough to pick up the KO. Oh, it's not. It does just survive, and oh, that's a bit of a shame. We will get the Tectonic Rage off onto the Muck, so we should pick the KO up here. And then we have to worry about what this Kartana is going to do. I think I would prefer the Kartana to attack into the Crocodile, if I'm honest, and it does, so that's fine. He does pick up the KO. But you've got to remember that this Kartana, even though it's on +2, it's still slower than my Kartana that we've got on the field. So that Kartana there just hangs on with a slither of health. We bring in the Glaceon, and my opponent is going to bring in the Arcanine. So we are knackered. So that is it. My opponent has kept that in the back quite nicely, and there's not really a lot we can do. It's going to get the Intimidate off onto us. We can go for an Icy Wind, but I don't think there is a lot we can do, to be honest. Yeah, both my Pokemon are weak to the Arcanine. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind. Maybe you'll target into the Kartana to pick up the KO on that with the Arcanine. And we will get an Icy Wind off, but probably not. He does Flare Blitz into the Kartana, and we do get an Icy Wind off. And we'll pick up the KO on my opponent's Kartana. And get the speed drop on my opponent's Arcanine. But I'm not really holding out much hope here because we've got nothing to really hit that Arcanine. we are in it. I think we're just delaying the inevitable, to be honest. Because of the Aurora Veil up as well, it just makes it even more of a challenge to take down the Arcanine. I don't think we can do it even if we get every roll under the sun. I think the only thing I can really do is I don't really want to double protect and it fail and just be wasted, so I'm just going to try and get some damage off onto this Arcanine. It's a bit of a shame that we're finishing off the match like this. We should survive this blizzard. We'll proc the berry with Glaceon. We'll get the Sacred Sword up onto Arcanine, but it does barely any damage, and an Icy Wind with my Glaceon, but I think this is good night to Kartana, unfortunately. And he's going to use the Z move, which is just to make sure that he picks the K up on the Kartana. The Inferno Overdrive. This is going to KO about 900 times over. Oh, but he actually went for the Glaceon. Okay. So that's quite interesting. But it still doesn't really make any difference to the match, because that Arcanine, the only thing we can hope for is getting a critical hit with the Sacred Sword onto the Arcanine and the Ninetales missing the Blizzard onto our Kartana. That is our only win condition. So I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. We go for the Sacred Sword. Crit. No, nowhere near. And the Ninetales goes for the Freeze Dry. So, good game to my opponent there. The Arcanine proved just a little bit too much for my team there, and I think the selections during the team preview just cost me. I said at the start of the match I needed something for switching to Arcanine for the fire type attacks. I didn't have anything, and that's how it ended. So hopefully we'll take the knowledge we've gained from that and we can put it into creating another team. That is that though with that team. So I have really enjoyed playing with it, and I hope you've enjoyed the episodes that I've had running with it. Unfortunately, like I said, the Battle Spot ladder is actually coming to a season end today, so this will be the last battle with this team, and as soon as the new season starts we will have a brand new team. So stay tuned for that. If you've liked this episode, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button so you get those updates for when my next episode comes out, because it will come out with a new team and it's going to be super exciting and lots of new Pokemon that we haven't seen before. So thank you for watching guys, and until next time I will see you later. Take care. Bye bye.